Happy birthday.
Hello, BKFK kids. There's a big birthday coming up. Give me an R. Give me an A. Give me an L. Give me a P. Give me an H. Happy birthday, Ralph. Give me an R. Give me an O. Give me an S. Give me an I. Give me an E. Happy birthday, Rosie. Important announcement. Episode 2 of Winnie the Pooh is ready, in which Pooh goes visiting and gets into a tight place. To listen, just support us on Patreon. For as little as $3 a month, you get access to so many more BKFK stories and all the Winnie the Pooh episodes as they come out. And you also really help us to keep bringing you as many stories as we can. Now, who have we got performing on this week's episode?
Hi, my name is Grace. I'm 6 years old. I'm from Los Angeles and I love to draw.
My name is Almer and I am 9 years old. I live and I'm from the USA. I love sports and video games.
I'm Liddy and I'm 6 years old. I live in America, in Springfield, and I really like reading books.
Well done, guys. You rock. Okay, Ruby, what's today's story called?
The 4 Dragons. This is a story about dragons. Eastern dragons. Now, these dragons were nothing like the Western dragons we often hear about. You know, ferocious, overgrown lizards that are obsessed with treasure and reduce everything to a pile of smoking ash. No, Eastern dragons can actually be rather nice. They are magical beings that can sometimes be helpful, like causing weather changes and summoning rain. They don't have wings, but they can magically fly through the sky. Sometimes they have interesting features, such as the antlers of a deer, the head of a camel, the eyes of a demon, the neck of a snake, the belly of a clam, the scales of a carp, the claws of an eagle, the paws of a tiger, and the ears of an ox. Many years ago, China had no lakes and no rivers. There was only the Eastern Sea. 4 dragons lived in the sea. There was the black dragon, the yellow dragon, the pearl dragon, and the long dragon. They spent their time happily playing in the waves and flying above the sea. Once, the pearl dragon flew close to the shore and saw many humans gathered together. They all looked very unhappy. They were burning incense and holding up their hands to the sky as if they were begging for something. The pearl dragon swooped back to his friends, and together they came to watch and see what the people were doing.
Look,
Said the pearl dragon.
the poor people are suffering. Something is wrong.
When the dragons flew closer, they saw that the people had laid out fruits and cakes as offerings, and they were burning incense. One of them raised hands to the sky and said,
"Oh, Jade Emperor, we beg you, please end this terrible famine. Send rains to water our fields so we can grow our rice and protect our people from starvation."
The dragons could see far into the land that everything was dry and yellow. It was clear that no rain had fallen in a very long time. All the crops were ruined in the field. The earth was dry and cracked.
These poor people.
Said the yellow dragon.
We should help them.
They are desperate.
Said the pearl dragon.
They will all die if they get no rain.
The others all agreed.
There's only one thing we can do. We must go on behalf of the humans to the Jade Emperor and ask for his help.
The Jade Emperor was the ruler of everything. He was very powerful and very fierce. The dragons flew up into the sky to the hall of the Emperor. When they arrived, the Emperor was relaxing in his hall, being entertained by some dancing fairies. When he saw the dragons come in, he held up a hand, and the fairies stopped. He glowered at the dragons and shouted,
Who dares to disturb me? Why are you here? You should be looking after the Eastern Sea. I did not summon you.
Almighty Jade Emperor,
Forgive us.
don't be angry.
The people on Earth are suffering.
No rain has fallen for many years.
Their crops are destroyed. And soon they will all starve to death.
Please send them some rain.
Rain?
roared the Emperor.
Rain. Oh, that wet stuff.
He began to calm down a bit.
Oh yes, very well. I'll send some tomorrow. And now leave me to my entertainment.
He clapped his hands and the fairies began their dance again.
Thank you, Almighty and
Magnificent Emperor.
Said the dragons as they left. A few days later, the dragons were again playing in the waves. The pearl dragon happened to fly close to the land when it saw some people below. It swooped down for a closer look. They looked even less happy than before. They were eating bark off trees, roots from grass, and even the soil itself. They looked so sick and hungry that it made the pearl dragon very sad. It quickly returned to the other dragons and told them what it had seen.
The Jade Emperor must have forgotten.
Said the yellow dragon.
He's too busy being entertained by fairies to take care of his own people.
if only there was some way we could help.
Said the pearl dragon.
There is one way, but it will make the Jade Emperor very, very angry.
Tell us what it is.
Cried the others. The yellow dragon looked around at the great eastern sea.
There's plenty of water here where we live. We must swallow as much of it as we can and then spray it into the sky. If we do this, we might be able to save the poor people below.
The dragons all knew that this was the only solution to the problem. They did not want to anger the emperor, but saving the people was even more important.
Let's do it!
They flew down to the waves and began to scoop up large mouthfuls of water. They swallowed and did it again and again until their bellies were so full that they could hold no more. Then, with great effort, because they were now much heavier, they flew back to the land. When they were over the land, they began to spray the water into the sky. When they had emptied their tummies, they went back and filled them up again with more water and sprayed it again into the sky. The people below looked up in wonder and gasped in amazement. soon huge clouds began to form, and then water fell as rain to the earth. The dry crops began to grow again, and the land began to turn green. Everyone cried out in happiness and shouted their thanks to the 4 dragons. The dragons bowed to the people below, but as they did so, they heard a crack of thunder. Lightning struck. The Jade Emperor had come. He was furious.
How dare these 4 dragons make rain without my permission? They must be punished at once.
He waved his hands in the air, and a magical army appeared. The soldiers rushed at the dragons to capture them. The dragons fought hard. They bit and swiped and slapped the soldiers, but the soldiers were too many, and no matter how they tried to escape, the 4 dragons were caught. They were brought to the Jade Emperor. He made them kneel before him.
And now for your punishment.
He waved his hands about and created 4 large mountains.
You will each be trapped within these mountains until the end of time.
And so they were sent to their prisons under the mountains. But this did not stop the dragons from helping the people. They turned themselves into mighty rivers so that water could run from these mountains and continue to help the people. And that is how the 4 biggest rivers in China were formed. The Heilongjiang in the north, which was the black dragon. The Huanghe, which was the yellow dragon. The Yangtze, which was the long dragon in the southern area. And the Zhujiang, which was the pearl dragon in the utmost south.
Hey guys, if you like this episode, please share it with your friends and family. It is one of the best ways to support BKFK Storytime.